Welcome to Knowledge and History, your home for deep dives into the events and figures that shaped our world. If you're curious about the past and hungry for the truth, you're in the right place. Subscribe and join our quest for knowledge. Arthur and Eleanor had shared 67 years, their lives woven together like the threads of a well-worn tapestry. Their home, a small, two-story house with a sprawling garden, was a living museum of their shared history. Every faded photograph on the mantelpiece and every nick in the wooden furniture held a story, a memory only they could fully understand. Arthur, once a history professor with a booming laugh that could fill a lecture hall, now spent his days in a comfortable armchair. His world shrunk by the fog of dementia. Some days, he was the brilliant man Eleanor had married, his eyes sparkling with wit as he recounted tales of ancient Rome. On other days, he was a frightened stranger in his own home, looking at Eleanor with a polite confusion that broke her heart more than any angry outburst ever could. Eleanor, his devoted wife, navigated this unpredictable sea with a quiet grace. Her love for him was not a fiery passion anymore, but a deep, steady current that had carried them through decades of joy and sorrow. She had become his memory, his anchor to the present. She would read to him from his favorite history books, her voice a soothing balm, and point to photographs, patiently reintroducing him to his own children and grandchildren. One crisp autumn afternoon, a rare moment of lucidity descended upon Arthur. He looked at Eleanor, his gaze clear and focused, and a faint smile touched his lips. "Eleanor," he said, his voice raspy but familiar, "do you remember the day we planted the old oak tree?" Tears welled in Eleanor's eyes, a mixture of joy and sorrow. "Of course, my love," she whispered, her hand finding his. "You insisted it would be our centennial tree, and that would sit under its shade on our 100th anniversary." He chuckled, a faint echo of his former laugh. A foolish young man's dream. He squeezed her hand, his grip surprisingly firm. "I'm tired, Eleanor. I feel scattered." That evening, as Eleanor helped him prepare for bed, he clung to her hand. "Don't leave me," he pleaded, the fear returning to his eyes. "I'm right here, Arthur," she soothed, her heart aching. "I'm not going anywhere." Later that night, as she lay beside him, listening to the quiet rhythm of his breathing, she thought about their long journey. They had met at a county dance in 1952, a whirlwind romance that had blossomed into a lifetime of shared moments. They had raised a family, weathered storms, and celebrated countless joys. Now, in the twilight of their lives, they faced their greatest challenge yet. The next morning, Arthur didn't wake up. He had passed away peacefully in his sleep, leaving Eleanor in a silence that was heavier than any she had ever known.